Quick question. Are we getting more Captain America content? No? Not even a Captain America and the Winter Soldier season 2? Cap 4? Damn, it's not confirmed. Well, what else is next? Loki? Loki. I can get on board with Loki. Let's see what you got, Hiddles. Hey guys, welcome back to Canon Cinema. I'm Amanda, otherwise known as AMX NDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. So today I will be giving you guys a preview of the first 2 episodes of Loki. Yes, we have new Marvel content and we are so blessed. I'm very excited. Shout out to Disney for giving me the opportunity to watch the first 2 episodes. Now, I absolutely love Tom Hiddleston as Loki. He's been playing the character for 11 years, and for some reason, I just feel like he never gets the credit for doing an incredible job as Loki. And now that he has his spotlight, his time to shine, it's going to be great to see how people react to what happens in this show and just how much development there is for his character. We only see a little smidgen of Loki, and we do get pieces of who he is in the Thor films, but not as much as we may have wanted. He's still very egotistical. He's very mischievous. Of course he is. He doesn't stop talking. He's still yapping about trying to foil other people's plans and trying to be 5 steps ahead of everyone else, just as Loki would. There's so much character development for Loki within the first 2 episodes because we've seen a different version of him. We've seen a different outcome for him in the entire MCU. So this show just takes his character, breaks him down mentally and emotionally, and you kind of get to see a more well-rounded version of Loki within the first 2 episodes, which is incredible. So I'm very excited to see what happens for the rest of the series. So the one thing that I have to say is that you guys can hate Thor: The Dark World as much as you want. People have to remember that the second Thor movie had some of the best bonding moments between Thor and Loki. I thought the brotherly banter in that film was absolutely perfect and it worked extremely well, but so much happened in Thor: The Dark World that really just affects these characters emotionally, and everyone kind of shuns it just because the film wasn't that great. But it's one of the most important films for Thor and Loki, and that's why it's one of I don't want to say it's a guilty pleasure or it's like an underrated favorite. I don't want to say that. It is a very solid installment for the character development of Thor and Loki. So we see that in the first 2 episodes as well. Again, this is a different Loki. You watched Endgame and, we're back in 2012. So it's that version of 2012 Loki being picked out of that timeline and taken to somewhere else entirely. So we see that version of Loki understand where he is in the period of time, and it's just really interesting to see. I will do deep dives of episode 1 and episode 2. The first episode this Wednesday, and then obviously the following Wednesday. That's when I will be dropping my reviews for Loki. And also, just so you guys know, Movie Files Live has also invited me to co-host the Loki discussion roundtable with Tate's Take with Chris. So we're back at it again, the 3 of us over at Movie Files Live on Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. So don't miss that, and I will provide the link under every single video review. Now, what I will say about the show itself, I don't know how I feel about it yet. The one thing I will say about the first 2 episodes is that there is so much information being thrown at us, and it's one of the shows out of WandaVision and The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. WandaVision had a completely different feel to it because we were trying to figure out what the hell was going on from the very beginning, the very first episode. There was a lot of magic being done within the first 3 episodes that we watched. So with WandaVision, there's not that much information being fed to us, so it moved at a faster pace, or at least it felt that way. And then with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, there was heavy dialogue at times, but there was more action than anything, and it was balanced quite nicely in my opinion. So we had that, and that also had pacing issues, but it still moved a bit faster than what Loki's doing. So the pacing in Loki, it feels kind of off for me. Not that it doesn't work, but it's just so much slower than we're used to because of all the information that is being thrown at us about different branches of like the time stream, and then so much to do with the timeline and the multiverse and in different spots in time. And I'm not really spoiling anything. This is what's in the trailers, and if you haven't watched the trailers, then I'm terribly sorry. It is heavily leaning on what the multiverse is and what happens when you kind of like interject or do something out of line that you're not supposed to. It really just breaks down the concept of time and basically everything that we have been talking about in regards to the multiverse. So it breaks it down. Now, all of the Marvel fans, the MCU fans, we've been in it for the freaking longest time, so we know and understand what's going to come after this because they dealt with time travel in Endgame. We know about the time travel, so now it's being explained to us fully, which is great. But for us, it's like, oh, there's like little tidbits of information that we can like jot down in our notes, and it's like maybe this is gonna connect to this, and then like that's what it does. It sets up so much just by giving us information and what could possibly happen. So the theorizing, what I couldn't stand with WandaVision, it was fun. It was fun up to a certain point, but the theorizing is gonna start, my friends, and people are gonna go absolutely nuts for Loki on Twitter. They're gonna act like Charlie Day and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, 100%. So, I mean, I already started doing that with my notes that I was jotting down. So it will do that, and I think people are gonna have a lot of fun watching this show. The person that carries the 2 episodes is Tom Hiddleston. I can't praise him enough for what he's done in the first 2 episodes of this show. He's just a knockout. He's hilarious, he's quick, he's just a lot of fun. But more importantly, he brings such emotional depth to Loki during certain scenes that had me kind of tearing up, because it's just, you realize that Tom Hiddleston has been here for 11 years, as I said before. Like, he's played this character, he knows him inside and out, and it was just great to see him kind of play with who he is even more now that he has his own show and the spotlight's on him. So Tom Hiddleston, even if you don't enjoy the show as much as like WandaVision or The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, if you enjoy him more than you should, it's all because of Tom Hiddleston. It's all because of him, really, really. The rest of the cast is great, like, don't get me wrong, it's just that Hiddles, he outshines, he really does. He was just fantastic in the first 2 episodes, and as he should. I mean, it is about him, right? It is about Loki. So for the people who haven't really watched the MCU in its entirety and don't really know what's gonna happen after Endgame, Loki's probably the perfect show for the general audience, to be perfectly honest, just because of how much explaining there is and what it could connect to for other people. So I think if any show is connecting to other films in the universe, Loki's like the perfect starting off point for that. I really do think so. There are some name drops in the first 2 episodes, and I was just like jotting down on my notes. I'm like, they mentioned this and they mentioned this, and I was like, this is gonna make everyone go crazy. So that just got me very excited. But this is gonna be great for the general audience. It's gonna be fantastic for fans, and I'm really excited for everyone to watch it. I do have my own peeves with it. The first episode, it was kind of tough for me to like get through, but again, Hiddles was great. Owen Wilson had great chemistry. They were great, and it was great to see Owen Wilson back on screen. Mbatha-Raw was fantastic in this as well. So I just love the dynamic that they have. Where it's located is really cool, but the entire conversation about where they are in this period of time and what they're going to do with the multiverse. I'm just really excited to see where this is gonna go. It's all about that time travel. The one thing, I have a peeve. The one thing that really bothered me is that Loki, as a character, he's a god. He's the god of mischief. And he has like beautiful colors. I love the green and the gold. I love that so much. Why didn't you put it in the title card? That's the only thing that really bothered me. The Marvel Studios logo, the opening theme, beautiful. That's like, it was stunning, got me so excited. And then the title card came up and I was like, why would it's cool, but at the same time, like, it doesn't feel like Loki. I would have loved to see his colors a bit more. And another thing that I do have to say was absolute perfection was the score. The score is a clear standout in this series within the first 2 episodes. I really enjoyed it and I'm excited to see how they're gonna use it and build upon that with the rest of the series. The first episode's strong, the second episode's a bit better. I really enjoyed the second episode more than the first one. So that is my preview for Loki, guys. I really hope you enjoy this series. It's gonna be a lot of fun tweeting about this and talking about it and just theorizing for the next 6 weeks. I think a lot of people are gonna enjoy this just because it's Tom Hiddleston and he's having a blast with this character, and you could feel that within the first 2 episodes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little preview of Loki. Make sure to watch it on Disney Plus on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. Yes, Marvel content tomorrow, my friends. Check it out. We'll talk about it even more over on Movie Files Live at 7 p.m. Central on Thursday night. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and make sure to come join in on the conversation over at AMX NDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. It is time for Loki Wednesdays for the next 6 weeks, and yes, I'll be theorizing. I'll be going crazy with these theories, so please come join me. I'll catch you guys next time. Keep watching movies.